Hey, it's Melanie with Best Products. Welcome back to Taking You Back Tuesday. I'm joined once again by Bridget. Hey, Bridget. Hello. And today we are having a little bit of tea time, taking a little break during our work day to have some tea. And we're super lucky to have probably like the nicest tea set I've ever seen in real life. Not in a museum, really. This is the tea set from Royal Copenhagen. And just to give you a little bit of background on that brand, it is a Danish company. It was founded in 1775, and they've been making these beautiful porcelain tea sets this entire time. And like, if you just take a look at a close look at the craftsmanship here, it's really amazing. Just even the finger hole makes it easy to grasp. Just attention to detail has probably been the same ever since it was founded. Hand painted even too. So even the saucers have a little divot here that keeps it kind of nestled and nice and safe, so you can pick it up and converse as you are sipping. So so we actually, this is a set. The teapot and this teacup is a set, and then that one is separate. But they all coordinate. The design is really traditional and beautiful, and is a near recreation of designs that were used and enjoyed back then. Cool. So we're gonna pick out our tea now. And this is a set from Kusmi Tea, and it's a little sampler set with 6 different ones. Okay. Bridget, what are you thinking?
I'm very much drawn to this magenta color, but let's see. I like a jasmine tea or like a mint one. This might be mint.
Ooh, there's definitely mint.
Oh, green tea with spearmint. Okay, I'll see one. Sweet love is black tea.
And they have descriptions on the side too of feelings, I think, for them.
Feelings associated?
On the box, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, I see. Detox.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I might go with this mint one. Yeah, mint. Okay. Spearmint green tea.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna do the BB Detox. It's got green tea, mate, and grapefruit, also known as pamplemousse in French.
Fun fact of LaCroix.
So nice. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
That's a nice
that you normally drink?
You know what? I don't drink tea super often. I'll go in phases. I'll drink iced tea a lot. It's nice, right?
Yeah, 'tis the season for iced tea.
Yeah,
anyway.
iced tea, and do like if I'm over caffeinated from coffee, I'll switch to tea and do like a mint tea or green tea. It's like a little spark, but nothing too crazy.
That's what I'll usually do here. Instead of doing like another cup of coffee or an espresso or something, I'm just trying to instill better habits in my life, and I feel like tea is, synonymous with wellness, and so it's a good alternative, I think, to just like over caffeinating. Would you mind bringing your cup and saucer closer?
See. So what's the difference like between this taller cup and the?
I think I'm not really sure if there's any other difference as far as design.
Yeah.
They may hold slightly different amounts of liquid. But so you said you don't drink tea daily, but it's just sort of, it's more of a feeling than like a part of your daily routine.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I definitely wake up and usually do coffee. But in the afternoon, I think if I'm like feeling like it's gonna keep me up to drink more coffee, I might do a tea.
Yeah.
In the winter too, like at home, like instead of a dessert or something, sometimes if I'm feeling healthy, I'll do a tea, and it's like, okay, it's at least something that I'm consuming.
That makes complete sense. In the wintertime, I will actually usually drink tea instead of have something sweet. It's a really good suppressant for like that sweet craving.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And the mint tea is supposed to help with that too.
Yes.
Like with appetite.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a nice end of the day treat.
And Julia's wondering, I don't know if you guys know these brands, David's Tea versus Teavana, or do you have a favorite tea brand?
Tea brands. Oh my gosh. I am like very crunchy about this, but I really like health food store tea that you buy like in bulk, and you get to like choose your own. So it's not really like a typical brand, but like loose leaf, anything that you
the little like strainer for.
Yeah.
Into your glass.
Yeah, there's like a variety of like tea balls and tea strainers that you can use, but I generally go with loose leaf, which Teavana and David's Tea, they both offer loose leaf teas as well.
And they have like the pretty tins.
And they have the pretty tins. They have like really, really fun flavors. I particularly really like David's Tea for that kind of stuff. I just like going in and smelling everything, because I mean, it's just
give out the free samples on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
So they're winning in my
I'm unapologetic with like sampling everything all the time.
I think I have like a glass mug from David's Tea. That's it. Yeah. So I'll say that one, even though I'm not the expert.
Nice.
How long do I let this steep?
I'm gonna
green tea, you know?
I feel like it's been like maybe 2 minutes. I'm not really sure, but I usually won't let it steep for too long. I know that there's a science to it, but I don't want it to get too bitter. So that's what I do. Let me know what you think.
Okay, yeah.
Good to go?
I can use it, yeah.
Okay.
I'll put that.
Sure. One thing, if you have loose leaf tea, this is just sort of a tip. If you have loose leaf tea, you usually can steep it over and over again. So you don't need to toss your tea, even if the leaves are damp. You can just kind of dry them out and use them again, maybe up to 3 more extra times.
Oh.
So yeah, just kind of
Thrifty.
putting it out there. So I also usually drink tea in the afternoons, but in the mornings on the weekends, I will opt for tea over coffee because there's usually not really a reason to get super wired on the weekends. So I'm trying to, have a little bit more balance.
Like a slow morning.
Take it slow and a little bit more chill. And what I like about tea is that just in making it itself, and even as we were doing it right now, it felt very like ritualistic.
Yeah.
Picking out your tea, kind of deciding like, what's your mindset like? How do you want to feel right now? I feel like with coffee, how do you want to feel is just awake.
That's like amped.
Buzzed.
Normal,
like I just
to normal.
Exactly. So I think with tea there's more of like a slowing down and ritualistic aspect of it, even with caffeinated ones.
Yeah.
And
it's cool you can pick the mood you're going for.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
And I know that I guess in our culture there's not so much of a slow down in the morning and have a little tea ritual. I think that's maybe common in other cultures and not necessarily ours, but that's what I'm trying to just instate into my weekends. But my mornings now and during the weekdays, I am trying to just make up my own little rituals and do little things that maybe aren't just sitting down and having a cup of tea, which won't wake me up as much as a cup of coffee on my way to work would. But I don't know. I wanted to share just a couple of little things that I've been trying, and maybe I don't know if you have any other little tips for making your mornings.
I need some tips, I think. So
Okay,
all
cool.
ears.
Well, let me just steal yours.
I'm always frazzled.
While you're tasting that, Danny watching is wondering, if you don't have a tea egg on hand, is there anything else you can use to brew loose leaf tea? Do you know?
Oh my gosh. Well, I really like using coffee filters. I usually somehow always have coffee filters on hand, but I mean, they work with coffee and, straining the, moisture out of the coffee, if you know what I mean. So I'll usually just tie up a coffee filter after I put loose leaf tea in it, and even reuse it. So yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, I have a tea ball and I always lose it. I only have one. I should probably buy multiple.
There's all those cute ones where it's a shark sinking in or different.
There are really cute ones, like a person lounging in the hot tub or whatever. Yeah.
I have one, and I'm so attracted to tea culture, but I don't think I use them enough. I don't think I've ever used the actual tea ball, but
there's
someone comes over.
You could get crazy with tea accessories.
I
mean, we'll have to look into crazy tea accessories and maybe in a future roundup. But for me personally, in the morning, just on a regular weekday morning, I tried. What I'm finding is that natural light actually wakes me up a lot better than an alarm clock does.
Yeah.
And I know that there are some alarm clocks that emit light, and they're good for the winter time when it's just dark out and there is no natural light in the morning. I feel like that's just a more gentle way to kind of enter the day than with a blaring bazooka sound, But so I'll do natural light. I don't really have blackout curtains. I'll let a little bit of light in to just sort of gently wake me up. And I actually prefer waking up before my alarm. It's set for 7, but if I can wake up on my own at 6:30, I know it might actually be a nice day because then I have that extra time just to lounge around and slowly wake up a little bit more. I don't have to jump out of bed immediately. But I know that that's not everybody's favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I wish my body woke me up.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been an early riser, so like I just kind of embrace it now. Like on the weekends, if I can sleep till 8 on the weekends, that's a late morning.
Good for you.
Yeah, I
go full day then.
Truly, yes. I'll choose on my. I have an iPhone, and so the alarm I choose is the one that sounds like a harp because it's it's gentle. I know in college, I think I chose like some awful pop song as my ringtone to wake me up, which in my mind was like, oh, get you energized, get you ready for the day, and, put you in a good mood. But it just kind of ends up
grating.
Yeah, you end up hating that song, and every time you hear it, you resent it.
The pre-game's ruined.
Yeah. Do you have an alarm clock or an alarm that you set your phone to?
I have many alarms on my phone. I actually just went and picked new ones because I usually have about 3 alarms spaced out like 5 minutes apart because I don't trust the iPhone.
Yes, people do that.
What's it called?
The snooze?
Snooze. I feel like it's I don't.
Well, you have to like hit it a certain way for it to snooze properly. Yeah. Otherwise, you're turning it off, which you don't want to do.
I don't trust myself. Yeah. I think honestly, I am asleep the first 2 alarms that I turn off, and then the third one hopefully gets me up. But yeah, I had really soothing ones on, like just the iPhone sounds, and then I just changed them recently to like beeps and alarms, like classic alarms, because it wasn't doing it. And I had to catch a flight recently, and I was like, I cannot be like gently awoken. I need to like get actually
that
up.
might be the exception to the rule. Yeah, if you've got a flight to catch, you do whatever you can to wake up again.
Yeah. I even thought about getting like a real alarm and like setting it across my room, like back in the, I don't know. I heard that tip before. I keep reading articles about how to make your mornings better because I just am failing.
I too have looked into this.
Yeah.
But the ones that I found, I didn't get digital clocks. I got ones that ticked, which I actually would not recommend getting a clock that ticks. As cute as they are, if you're the kind of person that just is not a sound sleeper and little tiny sounds will wake you up, that got on my nerves and got old very quickly.
I know, but I want that style of alarm clock. If anyone knows of that style of alarm clock, but is digital, send it my way.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that.
Someone make it.
I feel like that's also cool too, because then you're not looking at your phone right in the morning.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No,
it's not dependent on like your phone being charged or like right next to your head.
I've experimented with like taking the phone out of the room and seeing like how does it affect my sleep and how much separation anxiety do I have when I take my phone away. And it's I still have to work on that.
Yeah.
This is a fun tip someone just wrote in. In college, they set their alarm to wake me up to a morning show host I hated, so it made me get up and turn it off.
That's smart.
I like that. And I like the idea of, I actually kind of like waking up to like a radio, like a regular radio morning show. Even if it's someone that you like and don't despise. Like I kind of, for some reason, it's like a quintessential morning sound.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone has their own opinion on what they like and what they don't like to hear first thing in the morning. Yeah. I'll also drink like a glass of water like as soon as I wake up because I'm usually pretty dehydrated. And lately I've been trying to meditate more in the morning. I hear that is supposed to be the right time to meditate. So I just have, and I don't know if you've ever like experimented with like meditation apps or anything like that. The one I use is just called Meditation Timer, and it is just a timer that you could use. You can use your regular timer, but I use this one because it's I like it because the sound is actually this nice little gong sound, and it's not any of the others that are you're used to hearing like on the subway or your coworkers use for their like alarms throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I just like that little gong sound so much that it actually encourages me to meditate because I just want to hear it.
It's not like jarring at the end of the time.
Yes, and that's the most important part because when you're like that deep and that relaxed, the last thing you want to hear is a buzzer go off.
Right. Totally means it.
But yeah, I highly recommend that one.
Yeah.
I've used Headspace.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the name. That is the one I've used, and I did like it. It's like a nice 10-minute guided meditations that kind of just like get you through it when you're first starting off.
Yeah,
this was good.
That guy's voice is so soothing.
Yeah, Andy
Petticombe.
Yeah, I liked it.
Great voice. Yeah. Great animations too. It's a super cute app. I really like it, and it's nice because if you are kind of more goal oriented and you want to really commit to this, it tracks how long you've meditated, how many consecutive days.
Yeah, it definitely held me accountable more than if I'm just like, I'm going to do was like checking in because I knew there was a new one that day when I woke up.
Yeah. It also gives you like inspirational little like notifications and quotes and things. Like sometimes, I don't know, that's nice to see.
Yeah.
It's nice to see throughout your day. So yeah, I've been trying to do that. I think it's been making my mornings a little bit nicer. I just do 3 minutes because I don't have 10 minutes.
Right.
And that works for me. So
do you use some of the headspace techniques in 3 minutes, or you just kind of try to clear your head?
I'll just sort of clear my head, and you know, if I wake up in a certain mood, I'll try to like neutralize whatever mood that is and before I start getting ready for the rest of my day.
Yeah. And that's like right when you wake up, like before you shower. It's like first thing.
I try to do that first thing because that's the point in which I feel like I can slow down the most. As soon as I start like the process of getting ready, I feel like it's hard. It's hard at that point to not to just take a minute and sit on the couch and slow down. So yeah, then I'll just kind of go about my morning routine as usual. Do you listen to music as you get ready in the morning?
I do NPR Morning Edition.
Oh, nice.
To start my day. So those are my soothing morning show people that I like to listen to.
Nice.
But sometimes music. If I don't have a lot of time, I'll turn on music quickly just because it's more motivating or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I've lately been doing. I've been doing, I think it's called the Friday Night playlist on Spotify, and it's just like, you know, club jams to get you ready on Monday morning, and it works really well for me because they're
post meditation.
It's post meditation. You know, the first thing I want to hear is just like, you know, Fiasco. Sure, yeah, maybe that Kygo. Yeah, it's just fun. I just like it because it makes me laugh. It's ridiculous and silly, and it's like I'm going to work right now.
Yeah.
I'm putting on my serious face right now, but I'm gonna, you know, have this, you know, letting me know that like, you know, don't take life so seriously. Don't be so serious, and you know, keep that smile on your face.
Good attitude, Melanie.
I try.
And then you get to the train.
And then I try to sustain that for as long as possible. And one thing I haven't done lately, but I have done on and off in the morning, is morning pages. Have you ever heard of this? It's a technique from the book The Artist's Way from Julia Cameron. It's basically, and it's good for, I guess, like creative types, especially for those who write all day. And you just write stream of consciousness for 3 pages, anything in the world that you want, as soon as you wake up in the morning, and it kind of clears out all of the, like, what if there is something on your mind, or if you woke up in a mood, it gets you just completely cleared out and ready to kind of create again. And I've always just thought it's so brilliant but so disciplined, people who are able to like stick with that as part of their like creative process.
Have you done it for a period of time?
I'm looking into doing it. I think in college, like, I had, you know, the time and motivation to like try out different, you know, processes of like rejuvenating your creativity, but lately it almost feels like that's like an extra thing to do on top of the meditating and,
like
you know, getting ready.
Time.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like I might do. I feel like I do a version of morning pages at night. Actually, I think, and maybe you could do them either time of the day. I think it's pretty useful to do at night because I think that's when you have the most stuff that you need to kind of get out before you sleep.
You put it to rest.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's cool. That would be.
I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna report back. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna report back. I'll see if, you know, there's any difference in, you know, productivity or creativity. Do you make breakfast in the morning?
I do. I am someone who needs to like have something. So food-wise, I have been making iced coffee since it's summer and so hot, and I can't handle the hot coffee in the morning. But I'll do like a French press in my fridge the night before. So that saves some time. So I just have to pour in the morning. And then recently, instead of like food, really, I've been doing smoothies, which have like fruit and hemp seeds, almond milk, banana, spinach. Yeah,
I love that.
And so I'll make that right away.
Is everything frozen?
Eat that or drink it while I'm getting ready. Just frozen fruit, and then the rest is
Nice. Yeah, very cool. Do you mind me asking where your blender is from, and Do you like it? Because I am still in the market for a good...
I don't have a fancy blender. I know that's all the rage. I don't really know the brand. I think I just got it at like Bed Bath & Beyond or something last year, but it's just like glass.
If it works for you, that's awesome.
Yeah, it works. Just for frozen fruit. It's not. I don't need to be like cutting up knives or whatever those other ones do.
Yeah. No, I know.
All the like fancy stuff.
You can get as ridiculous as you want.
Yeah.
With tabletop appliances, really. I guess I really don't eat breakfast first thing in the morning. I can usually wait like an hour or two. But on the weekends is usually when I'll do breakfast. And I'm really trying to be better about eating breakfast at home, making it myself rather than going out and getting a bagel or brunch.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to reserve for just certain occasions. Yeah. But I've recently gotten really into hard-boiled eggs.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never really had them before, like last month. So this is a very new thing in my life. I got an egg cooker from the really cute turquoise dome-shaped one from Dash. It's adorable. It cooks 6 eggs at a time, like 10 minutes. Really easy. Before I was just making them the standard way on the stove. And it just felt like, I kind of like...
It's like risky every time when you do that. I'm always like, wait for it to not work.
It is, yeah. And every single time it turns out differently. Sometimes you do get like a batch that's just like, wow, I just didn't do that one right.
Yeah.
Or I didn't get the water level as perfect as I could have. But yeah, I like appliances that you can set and forget, especially, morning appliances or anything that replaces something that... I have a gas stove, and it kind of makes me nervous sometimes. So, yeah, I like that because it just kind of simplifies things, and I actually use it. So,
good for you.
Yay. Do you work out in the morning?
Oh, I'd love to. Is that the right answer? Okay. Sometimes I'll do a morning run. That's very rare. But it feels so good, and I wish I did it every day. There's some people who are so disciplined and great about that, but, and the thing is, I get to work. I'm allowed to get to work pretty late, so it's like I don't really have an excuse.
Yeah.
I should be up and at 'em, but it takes me so long then to like cool down and be able to shower and like do my whole like getting ready routine. So
it's like a shifting gears kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you? I don't, but I go through phases with these kinds of things, and hopefully this meditation thing is not a phase and I keep doing it for a long time, but I'll try to instate, good habits only to have them kind of fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
So the only thing I do that's mildly athletic is yoga, and I actually love doing morning yoga, like very early morning, but, and that's something you can do even in your own apartment, make up your own flow. And so I'll try to just lay out the mat and just do a quick sun salutation or two before jumping in the shower. Yeah. Which it's just about moving your body around. It's not about so much like working up a sweat or, meeting goals really. It's just more about like, I'm going to be sitting in this exact position for the next 8 hours. How do I
use some other muscles?
And if you need workout tips, apparently Julia over in Beauty used to wake up at 6:45 every day and work out for an hour.
Oh my gosh.
That's really like scary early. Like that should be doable for most adults like me. Like I should be able to do that.
Right. No, and I guess
for you, Julia.
I'm curious.
Help me.
I feel like this is something that is not. We have just no idea where to begin, how to do this in a logical way. So maybe
it's literally just waking up. I love reading the articles that are like 5 tips to like getting up and working out, and it's like sleep in your workout clothes, like drink a bunch of water so you have to get up and use the bathroom. Like they're so silly. It's like literally just wake up, go do it.
Try.
They're called hacks. Okay, I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier, save you that millisecond of time.
I read them. It's like this. Pretend like
I know it feels good reading those kinds of good for you tips. I feel like I've done something.
Yeah.
Do you think I don't know if there's any other like little parts of your routine that you wanted to share, but do you think that your morning routine actually extends like beyond leaving your apartment? Does it extend to your commute? Does it extend to getting your desk set up before you start working?
Yeah. I think it ends with once I get to work. So I'll do my whole coffee smoothie, get ready with NPR, and then hopefully walk out the door on time. And then it's like listening to music, like do some Spotify playlists on the way to work. I have 2 trains that I have to take, so that seems like very, much part of the routine.
Yeah.
And then the sweet relief of walking into the office door and being able to cool down from my subway sweat. And then I usually have some cashews when I get to work.
Nice.
And like check my email and I think that's when the morning is kind of over.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Is it always music in the morning? Because sometimes I do music in the morning, podcast or a book later. Like, do you switch it up, or is it mostly just?
Sometimes I'll read. Yeah. Once I switch to the A train, sometimes I'll have some space to read. But the L's too crowded. I only have room to be in my own body.
That's true. Yeah. If it's realistic to even do anything beyond just standing, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll lately just leave with my Spotify, go on the train, stay in a pretty good mood, and I actually have a whole ritual that I do once I get in the office, because I think when you're a creature of habit, you kind of do your days do look kind of similar, especially in the beginning of the day. There's something calming and nice about just knowing where everything is, and knowing that like your cup of coffee is there, your stack of papers is there, and your email inbox is right there.
It's the same like cup or mug for coffee or tea or whatever.
Yeah,
it's all part of it.
Yeah, there's something nice about that, and then just instating little changes one by one, seeing what sticks, rather than like forget coffee today. No coffee. How about it's like a little bit about like scaling back instead of changing something, expecting this to be your new thing. Yeah. So
what am I gonna add? I'm gonna start adding in a morning run.
Yeah,
once a week.
That's totally doable. I think while it's still gorgeous.
Yeah,
that's something you can totally do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to bring yoga back. Yeah, I think it's so easy. It's already there in my apartment.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of me doing it.
Do it.
So yeah, good habits will make your life happier. So I hear.
We shall try.
Yeah, but until then, I'll just be having my weekend tea.
Yeah.
Chilling out with that, and keeping morning as chill as I can. So anyway, we've been drinking delicious Kusmi Tea out of adorable and really, really beautiful, actually, Royal Copenhagen porcelain tea sets. And thank you so much for joining us for Taking It Back Tuesday.